Well, it is that time of year where America wants us to tell us what we're thankful for. So I'll start. Ketamine.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Okay. Can I invert this and can I say something that I'm really not thankful for? In fact, I'm quite resentful for.
I suppose.
It's to do with America. I don't know why we have Black Friday now, right? Because all it means is I can't go shopping anymore.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Sure.
Because it's just fucking horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out there. You weren't going shopping today anyway.
Oh, I went shopping today and it was fucking awful.
But
Yeah,
the only
I
reason you
avoided
went
shopping today because of it. So.
No. I didn't go shopping to get fucking sales. I went shopping because I needed shopping to do. And
You just had to get some stuff.
I
and
resented every person there. And they're like, what is Black Friday? What is Black Friday, Matt?
I don't know where it
What
comes
is
from.
it
I mean,
black?
I
know what it is.
that
It's the
either.
day after Thanksgiving, and I guess because everyone takes the day off work,
Why is
they
it
figured
called
you might as well
Black
come to the
Friday?
sales.
is because people get murdered when they go shopping.
That could be it.
They get trampled
Is
to
it-
death, and it's just a really
Is it
bad day.
suggesting only a particular race of people go shopping on that day?
Because
That's definitely not it.
we
Everybody's
have Black
insane about it.
Wednesday in Australia, and that was because of
Fuck
the
is Black
bushfires.
Wednesday? Oh, right.
It began in early 17th century as school slang in the sense Friday on which an examination is held. Okay, so when you're at school, if
That
you
makes
had
sense.
an exam
Oh,
on a
fuck,
Friday,
it's
you go,
Black
"It's Black
Friday today.
Yeah.
We've got exams. Yeah.
So, all right. The shopping sense dates from the 1960s and it was originally used with reference to the congestion created by shoppers. So
Which is what you're complaining about.
So it is
to go shopping.
it is a derogative term.
And it has
I love that.
later been kind of explained away as the day when retailers' bank accounts go from being in the red to being in the black, which probably is also true.
Yes.
Because a lot of the deals that you'll be seeing or that you have seen today, or if you're listening to this, saw last week, they cost less than they're saying that they cost the day before, generally speaking. Like they put the price up and then they put it down again.
Or don't do anything and they just put a sign up saying
Yeah.
Black Friday and
Yeah,
then
true.
you go in there expecting that you're getting things on sale.
Or they got one TV that they massively discount.
Yeah.
And then that's gone, so you're in the store now.
And they're the ones
Yeah.
that people get trampled for.
Yes.
Whereas in Australia, I think it works quite well because I just get Black Friday sales online and I just buy stuff for that week and I'm
Well, that
done.
used to be Cyber Monday, right? And now
Yes,
it's just
Cyber
Well,
Monday.
that's
thing.
still happening. There's still Cyber Monday.
Because Cyber Monday is more about technology.
Yes.
It's not just online sales, it's technology sales. But we don't really get that as much here. Everything's just a, hey, we've got a Black Friday sale for this week.
Well, I bought something today, but it wasn't something I bought on sale, and it wasn't something I bought physically. I've got to wait till at least tomorrow to get it, so I'll review it next week. But after going on and on about it for months now, I finally pulled the trigger and I got a new phone. So,
What Android did you get?
yeah, I looked. I thought, maybe no, I can't go back. I tried it
iPhone
once.
15?
It's iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's the largest, physically largest. I got the smallest fucking in hard disk space because why do I need more than 256 meg on something I just streamed to?
Because they make more money when you do that.
If you want the
by
physically
that one.
largest phone, you could just use an iPad with Wi-Fi calling, perhaps, and then
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
hold that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't make calls on it, so actually that wouldn't be such a bad idea, except
Yeah.
that I'd have to carry that outside when I walk my dog if I,
I was going
wanted
to say
to
you'd have
listen
to
to,
buy
a podcast.
larger pants to put it in the
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
Much larger. Yeah.
And it's a bit hard to use one-handed while you are walking the dog.
You'd have to wear the pants that we used to wear in the 90s.
Yes.
When
I
we
know,
went to
right.
Club Blink with all the buckles hanging off.
They were big pants we used to wear.
were.
Very big pants. I saw an old picture of me and I'm like, those pants are very big.
Yes. Yeah. And now the pants we wear are very small.
They are. They're the smallest pants I've ever worn. Yeah.
Nothing but
But
extremes
unfortunately,
for us.
they're the same pants we were wearing back then. They just feel smaller.
We're just, yeah.
Touche.
You saying we put on weight or we're always erect? It's
Why
one of the
not
two
both?
listeners right in.
Listeners, if you're watching this, you may note this: the video format is one that you've seen before that we stopped doing. Let us know what you think. We've had sufficient feedback to say people prefer this video where you can see all three of us, so that when one of us says something stupid, you can watch the other two being shocked, disgusting, or amused by it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, or when Matt or I start to say anything and Luke holds his breath
Luke gets
to see whether it's something controversial.
Deer in the headlights
that he'll have
look
to,
where he's like, we're cutting this out, aren't we? This
I'll
won't
just
be
go
in the
silent
show.
and see where this goes, and then just...
We don't cut anything out anymore.
He's
What
like,
you
if
see
I
is what you
don't
get.
say anything, I can't be sued.
I got clips of you, Luke, so don't worry. I got clips of you from years ago.
So yeah, let us know what you think. If you have a preference, if you don't care either way, then I mean, fine, good. But if you have a strong,
and you listen on the audio, this conversation means nothing to you.
No,
Absolutely.
I want people who either haven't seen it or don't care either way to also write in and give us their opinion. That's what the internet's for.
don't care. Good, lots of that. Yeah.
Haven't seen it. No opinion.
Don't know what
Don't
you're
even
talking
listen.
about.
My friend told me about this.
It's a YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought some stuff this week on sale. One thing I bought is a little. I finished Obra Dinn. Did I mention that last week that I'd finished?
No,
I
you
think I
didn't.
did.
No.
No? Okay.
You said you started it, but you didn't say you'd finished it.
I
That's
have
right.
completed it. Loved it. Highly recommend it still.
So I double checked that I had it in my GOG library, and I do. But I kind of want to buy it again so I can play it on the Switch. And I know that's stupid, but
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
that's probably
on
what's
the
gonna
Switch.
happen.
I don't know. Is it on sale now for,
it's not on sale right
like
now. But it's
Cyber
not.
or
It's not that
whatever?
expensive.
No, it's.
Yeah, I wouldn't know on the Switch.
It's a $30 Switch game.
Well, it got me, sometimes I'm in a mode where I want to play a AAA game, and then it got me thinking, I wouldn't mind a cool little indie game, another one. You know what I mean? I liked that. So I checked out something that people have mentioned to me before. It's a little game called Dredge
Yes.
that is like a Lovecraftian fishing simulator of sorts.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great. Playing that on the Switch.
So you spend most of your time fishing, and then occasionally you catch a shoggoth. Is that how it works? Or
So the beginning is you're out at sea on your fishing boat. You get lost in the fog, crash onto some rocks, and when you wake up, you're in this little town on an island with a lighthouse, and the mayor says, "Did you see the
Innsmouth.
lighthouse, mate? What are you doing?"
yeah.
He goes, and it's a little like Animal Crossing, and he goes, "Well, your boat's fucked, but we've got this one you can have, but you're gonna have to pay me back."
Yeah.
So-
You're gonna have to work it off in the town.
Yeah, so you kind of
Yeah.
potter around.
That
doing
is
some
it. You're describing
fishing.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but with, like you said, with shoggoths and
Yeah.
well, it's not explicit as that at first. There's just everyone's a bit creepy. Something's
They're never
always a bit
explicit at
off.
first. That's the great thing about
Yeah.
Lovecraft.
Because you go fishing, you catch fish, that's great, and every now and then you catch a fish and it's like diseased squid, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you take it to the fish guy, and he's like, oh, that's a good one. Then
Not why the fuck are you giving me this?
Bring me more of those, kind of. Yeah.
See, I like this because I spoke to the developers of this game at PAX this year. Because
Oh,
this is made in New Zealand.
Oh,
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I claim it's made locally because we claim New
pretty
Zealand's
local.
good
It's not
stuff.
far from you.
We're on the same tectonic plate, so
We take New Zealand.
I only play games on this tectonic plate.
No, New Zealand's got a lot of games coming out of there. They invest in
didn't know
their
that.
games,
It's
unlike
great.
Australia. Australia
Well,
needs to invest
I'm
more.
currently playing through a game developed in Australia by a company that no longer exists. So
Rockstar, was it as Team
LA.
Bondi?
Project Bondi.
Project
Bondi?
yeah.
Team
Yep.
Bondi.
Team Bondi?
Team Bondi. Yeah,
Bondi.
which is weird. They
Bondi
made a
Burger.
great game and then were closed down because
went
they
bankrupt.
made a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Great
wouldn't.
game.
They wouldn't do enough unpaid overtime, and so I think the studio was
Wouldn't
like,
live there.
"Fuck you."
Yeah, because they're like, mate, that's not how we fucking do it in Australia.
Which
Have to
is
put on a
quite a
fake
bit weird
Australian
because
accent to-
I guarantee they weren't paying them American wages, they were paying them Australian wages. So they're probably still paying them less than they would have been paying them in America.
Yeah, I don't remember the full story, but I know there was talk of it not being a great working environment towards the end there. So,
I mean,
but that happens.
they
with a
say
lot
that
of big
about
games.
every game
That
dev,
is-
don't they?
exactly.
Yeah. Which is why the indie ones are the only ones that works because you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you're getting the credit. When you work for a AAA company,
Not all the time. I've spoken to some indie developers who gone, like, I'm glad we've released this game because I never want to work with these people again.
Oh, okay, sure.
And it's tough. It's a shame that when it's so common now that when a game comes out and they didn't have to do like drastic crunch, it's like a news story. It's newsworthy. Like, we just made the game and released it, and everyone's
we had
happy
good time management,
and then we went home and saw our families.
Well,
that's like.
This is where they need to do it, where they don't announce the game. Because if you don't announce the game, we're releasing on this date, you don't have to worry about crunch because
that's true.
If you don't announce it, you don't have to release it.
Well, that was the funny thing about I read the John Romero's book and Sid Meier's books back to back, and they couldn't have been more different. So John Romero's all like, "Fucking, we lived at the office. We moved our beds into the office. Like, we broke up with all our girlfriends, and just so we could make the game." And then Sid Meier's like, "I had a fucking family, mate. I left at 5 p.m. every day. Like, it was my job. I loved my job, but it was a job."
Yeah.
Less interesting book though.
Well, Dredge is great. I recommend it. If you haven't played it,
I will play it.
It's when I say it's about fishing, it's not. I mean, you do fish in it, but it's not like, don't think, oh, it's like a fishing simulator.
So
I did wonder just
boat.
how much fishing was in there.
No, it is, but it's not. It's not like. It's more about the story, because you pretty quickly you bump into this person who's a collector who says, "I need you to go dredge shipwrecks to find this stuff for me." And it's like
you had me at
mystery
shipwreck. I'm in.
So there's no combat as such yet. You have to avoid some kind of beasties, but
that's how I play most
not
games
a lot
anyway.
Like not much of that. Yeah.
All right.
Good
Well,
shit.
sounds
Oh yeah,
awesome.
and at night, if you're out at night and the fog comes in, you start to get paranoid, and you have a little eye appears at the top, and then you just start to hallucinate things on the horizon, and
that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That reminds me of Ancestors. Did you ever play that game where you play as proto-human chimps?
I remember you guys talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, Luke? Yeah.
I did.
I never completed it. It was too much. It was a good concept, but it was too much.
It's a good idea, but they didn't teach you how to play the game.
Yeah, and part of the reason was because they obviously don't have language. You can't communicate with anyone. And so they kind of built that into the controls as well, that like there's no tutorial. But if you start to stray off into places you aren't familiar with, you just start getting scared. And the way you get scared is you just start seeing terrifying shit in the dark. Like, so it's visceral, but...
It could have been a great game. It just, it didn't... You do need to explain a little bit of how it works.
I needed another million years of evolution so that there was some kind of rudimentary language that I could.
Yeah.
So you needed to evolve for another million
Yeah,
years?
me. I was just. I'm way behind on this. Yeah.
I'm not advanced.
No, I'm
enough to
playing
enjoy this.
something this week, and I'm playing this because I always was going to play it, but then Luke, you said you were enjoying it, and I was like, fuck it, I'll pull the trigger on it. So I'm playing Alan Wake 2. Very good, very good.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to get to a chapter soon. You're going to know which one I'm talking about. Just
can't wait.
amazing.
I'm loving this. I'm loving being back at Cauldron Lake.
Is it it's like the same type of game as the first one?
I think they've added to it. The
Not
combat,
really. Yeah, it's different. More to do because the first one's like walk around in the dark, shoot beasties
Follow
when they
this
come.
line of lights, and then things will come and get you.
So you're in the same place. You're a different character. You're an FBI agent. Like Luke said last week. It's set 13 years later.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you didn't play as Alan.
So this happens right at the start, but. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So I've already played as two because at the first level you play as a real big fat old dude, and I'm like, finally, a game character I can relate to.
He does not last long.
But he is Nightingale. He is the FBI guy who comes out in the first game and then gets, spoilers for it's not that old, 2010, 2011.
It's pretty old.
His body turns up, and then you have to. You're the FBI agent sent out to investigate.
And yes, you do get to see his penis.
You do. It's on display for all to see.
Just the penis.
Just look straight
They've
on.
Got it's a lineup.
So when you're controlling him, you can't see the penis because if you move the camera, he just keeps moving his body, so his back's always to you. And I'm like,
I tried doing the thing where you like run up to a wall and try and.
You really tried harder than I did to see it. Yeah. But then once he's on the slab in the morgue and somewhere else as well, it's just there.
He's there.
Oh, there it is. Right on cue.
Very good.
Very good. I'll
Okay,
say this,
cool.
though, and I think I told you this, guys, offline. Part of the game is in this mind palace, which is pretty cool when you put in these pieces together. But you're controlling a cursor, and I find that odd with an Xbox controller. I feel that they had a mouse in mind when they thought about that.
Mind Palace in the Hannibal Lecter sense. I don't know if you've read the...
Exactly right.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, no, it's quite interesting because you get all these clues and you're putting up on the wall and you work and it'll tell sort of go when you get enough clues up, go maybe I need to go here and find out what's happening here. It's
and when you feel you've looked around everywhere in an area, you're like, I better go back to the mind palace because clearly there's something I've missed. Like I've got to make a connection, a mental connection of something before the game will tell me where to go next. So it's very
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah,
It's
and
very good.
while there is combat in the game, it's not like it was before where it's, okay, I'm now going to be in combat for the next 30 minutes while I go through here. It's you're in combat, but you're heading towards something and then you'll do investigation, then you'll head somewhere else. And
Yeah, some of the first one was a bit tedious. To be
Very
quite
tedious.
frank. Yeah.
And if it wasn't that the story and the atmosphere was so good, I would have put it down. And in fact, I did. It took me a couple of goes to really get into it.
I think
Does
it's one of
he
these things
say birds in the second game?
I haven't encountered him yet. So I just hear his voice in my head.
not
Saying,
yet.
Birds. What? Birds.
I'm going to leave my wife, who's scared of the dark, alone in this house while I go outside and look around.
What could go wrong?
Wait, do I even have a wife?
Well, does he?
Spoilers
Question.
for the first game.
What?
I've got some bad news related to Star Wars. Bad news for me. And
That's
Dan
bad news for
potentially.
me too.
I don't know if
Fuck.
Luke
But I know
gives a
people
shit.
that are going to be over the moon about
A lot
this.
of people, clearly.
What's happening?
David Filoni is the new chief creative officer of Lucasfilm, which means if you like the Clone Wars and the change of direction, I would say a lot of the Star Wars TV shows have taken,
Yeah.
you'll be happy. But I am not.
I don't know. I'm
just-
torn.
I mean, I guess I don't even care. That's
Yeah. That's where I'm at. I wish I did care. If they made more stuff like Andor, I'd care.
yeah.
But if they're doing Obi-Wan and they're doing Ahsoka and they're doing Boba
I think
Fett,
it's not for
Not
me
for me.
anymore. No.
Ahsoka wasn't that bad, but that was mainly because I bring Thrawn back.
I don't want
And
not
they're
that bad. I want fucking excellent
want
from
good.
Star Wars. Thank you. And don't get me wrong, we haven't had that since the 80s,
Yes. Well, Andor.
except for Andor.
Rogue One.
And Rogue One.
Rogue One. yeah.
And Force Awakens. I'll stand by Force Awakens. It wasn't perfect, but I still enjoyed
agree.
it.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
But yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh, okay.
Get out of my
good,
way,
good
ball.
for him. Like, and to be fair, he seems
Yeah.
lovely. I've seen him on the
Oh,
Chef
mate, he's
Show
put in the hours.
with Favreau.
He cares about Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why George Lucas put so much trust in him, is because he does genuinely. And I think he and Lucas are on the same page. It's
Oh,
just,
mate, I bet Lucas fucking loves the Clone Wars. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I bet he's like, yeah, that's what I meant this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, he was still involved with it at that stage. And the reason why I'm sort of a bit... could be a good thing is Filoni's also liked the extended universe as well. He's a part... He enjoyed that. He read that.
Oh, yeah.
He knows
He'll
that.
be bringing stuff in from that, which is why Thrawn is there.
Like, that's the whole thing. Like, when Disney cut up and sort of scrapped that, they scrapped a lot of stuff. And that's why I struggle with Star Wars now, is because I don't understand it anymore.
Yeah. Where are the twins?
Have you seen that? I know it's a setup, it's fake, but it's that meeting with, I think when they're doing Robot Chicken and Seth Green and the guys are in the office with George Lucas. And they're all like talking and stuff like that. And one of them says, "Oh,
Is this where he storms out?
Yeah, he says, "Oh, is Mara Jade gonna
Yeah.
be in anything?" And George goes, "Get the fuck out of my office! Get the fuck out of my office!" And like grabs him and like throws him out. He's like, "Fucking come back!"
So good.
It's so funny.
So I've got a question. Is the person that we know that claims to have come up with the character Mara Jade and then had the real character based on her, is that a true story? You guys know who I'm talking about, right?
No,
I've heard it said, but I have a hard time believing
I don't think
it.
I know what you're talking about.
So, Matt, do you remember when we made our film 20 years ago, The Night Watchman, the zombie slumber party movie?
Yes.
One of the girls there, her name was Debbie. And she told us this story that way back in like the 80s or 90s, whenever it was, she went to a con dressed up as her own character, this female Jedi that she called Mara Jade. And she was like the hottest chick there, and everyone kept talking to her, like official and non-official alike. And she was saying, I'm Mara Jade, I'm this Jedi. And then boom, suddenly there's this character that starts cropping up in comics and books.
Well, it would have to have gotten to Timothy Zahn, right? Because he invented Mara Jade. If she didn't.
So So like I think what she's implying was Timothy Zahn was at this con, saw her and went,
I mean, I've seen Timothy Zahn at cons, and he'll fucking talk to anybody. So
I'll put you in a fucking book, Matt.
It's not impossible. So
well, I mean, she's not like one of those people. It's not like she just tells tall tales all the time. This is the only interesting thing she's ever said. But I was like, fucking what? No, I didn't mean that. Fucking boring. Other than that, no, she's great. But
I was falling
Jewish
asleep
clown.
until she pointed my attention.
Star Wars, what?
Yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, okay. I mean, Timothy Zahn, as far as I know, originated the
Tim,
character.
if you're a listener, write in.
Yeah, if she talked to him, I guess it's possible.
Yeah,
he's very friendly, very talkative. Maybe.
Luke's Googling it.
I am. I'm trying to see. I'm on the Wikipedia just trying to see because I don't know. It just seems.
I don't even know. Like he might not have even admitted it to anyone. He might have just said to her on the day,
"Would you though?
I'm going to write a character
like that would be a
about
legal
you."
concern.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have even said that. She would have just said, "Hang on, he's named a character after me."
Yeah. You wouldn't say anything.
No,
if you did that.
Yeah.
But then also it's odd, right? Because why was he? He doesn't need to do that. He invented unless he stole all the characters. He's invented like thousands and thousands of fucking Star Wars characters over the years.
Yeah,
like
no, but he might have been writing a female Jedi, a cool chick, and then met Debbie, and then was like,
"Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna have that name. It's a great name for that character."
Or maybe met her, forgot about it because he met hundreds of other people at that con, and then the next day he went, "Oh, I know what to call her,"
yeah,
and then not realized where it came from. That's possible.
Yeah. Also very possible.
Yeah. Or it could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Which is,
or they slept together. She's only telling me half the story.
Yeah. Anything's possible. Luke's hard at researching.
I'm also fighting a cat.
All right. Well, I guess we'll follow up.
Yeah, we'll follow up.
We won't know.
Talking about sexy chicks from the early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to talk about Michelle Pfeiffer? Is there any Michelle Pfeiffer news? Do we have a Michelle Pfeiffer news jingle?
I don't think we do.
Michelle Pfeiffer, I didn't think she was that great.
Oh, really?
I don't think she was that great.
I liked her in this movie that we're about to talk about. I liked her quite a lot in this.
Ow!
Ironic, considering we're about to discuss Catwoman.
Yeah.
Luke has been
bite
mauled.
Me.
Because
Michelle
a cat
Pfeiffer.
went, fuck you don't like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
All cats love her.
So this is an old article, and I'm not quite sure why I saw this, but I think it was in relation to there's something that somebody says in this article that bugged me, and I think it was being spread around on that basis. So
I skimmed the article, but I watched the video.
Okay. So it's an old article where a clip was shared that shows Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns, which if you've seen it, she plays Catwoman, and there's a sequence where she goes into a department store and she whips the heads off a bunch of clothing mannequins.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And the clip was shared.
I remember seeing that as I was masturbating in the cinema.
And then it says that the tweet says, reminder, Michelle Pfeiffer whipped the heads off those 4 mannequins in one take to thunderous applause from the Batman Returns crew. And then I was like, well, I haven't seen that in a long time, but I think that's not true. Because I think it's visually obvious, even though it still looks good, but to me, it's visually obvious that there's some kind of effect going on. Yes, the heads are rigged to come off.
It wouldn't be left to chance.
Yes.
Somebody, and then, but the thing that bugged me about this article was that this bit here. While most fans were jolted by her whipping, some fans didn't seem to believe Pfeiffer actually did the impressive stunt herself and insisted it was just a bit of movie magic. She's an absolute badass, but there's clearly people behind the mannequins pulling the heads off. Wrote one hater.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then,
Oh.
sorry, I've got bubbles up on the screen.
What the hell?
For hater, or did you do something else?
That's an Apple reaction thing. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Anyway, the comment caused some to crack the whip. And then this, you could have just said she's a badass. Did you really need to do a whole mansplaining but thing? Women can be applauded for being badasses just for the sake of being badasses. And I'm like, it confuses me because
why would you write an article about that?
Is it mansplaining to just point out that, oh, actually, that's not true?
Yeah,
Like,
to just be honest.
To
about
man
something.
or woman, to anybody on the internet.
Yeah.
Because the original tweet was made by a man, right? Is he mansplaining to that man that didn't happen? I'm just so confused. And then also he's just pointing out
she obviously,
that it's factually not the case.
Yeah. Feelings are more important than facts now, Matt, and you should remember that. You will do well to remember.
It's just very confused by what am I supposed to think about this?
I mean,
That,
I'm
like,
annoyed too, but
we should
I'm
pretend
not
that she
surprised.
did do it because we want her to be a badass. She's still a badass.
And
regardless.
clearly, she still learned how to use the whip because she's doing it right.
Yes.
What she's not doing is the impossible task of removing the head from live mannequins.
Because it's not how whips work.
Yeah, you could be a
sorry.
whip expert and
I don't
not
care if
still
it's
do that.
mansplaining or what it is. Like, it's not true. She didn't do that.
See, I think what you need to go with is this is a clickbaity article and just ignore it.
Yeah, you're probably right. It just really got my blood boiling for some reason because it's a movie that's dear to my heart. I do love her in it. I do think she's a fucking badass, but I don't need to make stuff up to think that.
Yeah.
And it bugs me that somebody who just said, well, actually, that's not true.
Well, it's not like
pulled
it's
out for
true.
being
She did do that whip and it did come off.
It was in one take.
One take. That's true. But
Yes.
what's not true is the fact that the mannequins were set up for their heads to fall off when hit. It wasn't.
somebody they get pulled off. They don't. If you look at it, it's quite obvious. Like the heads don't go in the right
she still
direction.
hit. Like it was still.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. It still looks good and it's it's great. But it's like
It's not like they hit their chest and the head went flying. Like,
But
it's
I,
still,
as somebody who have never heard the claim that she did it in one go, actually whipped them off. Had never thought about it. I still can tell and knew it's not real.
But also, Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't going around going, I want everyone to know that was not a special effect. In that documentary, Batman Returns, they just happened to be filming when I was whipping off the heads of fucking mannequins and then they decided to use that footage in the movie. Like, as far as I know, she's like, yeah, I mean, I learned to use the whip, but obviously it's a fucking special effect.
Yeah, we did 10,000 takes until I got it right.
Yeah, that's right. And when I finally got it right, it was only in one take.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Have you guys seen the footage of David Bowie's contact juggling from Labyrinth?
Oh, sure. He's got the man's hands through.
Yeah, so there's a dude behind him doing
Yeah.
what theatre sports kids will call expert double figures, which is where somebody stands behind you and does the hand movements while you're talking. Except he's doing the juggling. But he drops it every other time. Like, because he's down behind David Bowie.
Oh, yeah. Fucking difficult.
Yeah.
First of all, you got your hands through somebody's, and that person happens to be David Bowie.
It's David
which
Bowie.
would be fucking
Like, David,
terrifying.
Your face is in David Bowie's ass while you're doing
and he's
it.
wearing a leotard.
yeah. And all you're thinking is, don't turn around, don't turn around.
It's great. Looks great though. It looks fake.
the dick.
To be honest, it's so good, that effect. Not even effect.
It's fucking excellent.
He actually is doing that. That's one case where. Well, sorry.
Well, someone is.
There are some scenes where it's not real because then the ball like floats off into the distance.
Yes.
That's obviously that's not real. But
And also, just to be clear, it's never David Bowie doing it.
Correct.
It's a juggler doing it.
but my God, they did it well.
yeah, it's very convincing effect. Yes.
And great. I mean, you cannot tell me you didn't try and do that with a ball.
I met a guy at a party who could do that. And I was very drunk. And I was like, oh, fucking teach me. And obviously it didn't go well. And he was like, please don't wreck those.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I got it, man. I got it.
Saved up. Yeah.
So
why are you wearing
that,
a camo stack hat?
I still can't do it. So stack hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was blowing my mind at the party. He was blowing everybody's mind. Obviously that's why he learned to do it.
Yeah.
To pick up chicks.
I was about to say, I was at a party once and there was a guy who could do it. So it was either I was at that party or there's a dude who just learned to do that and goes to parties every weekend to just fucking...
Ultimo or somewhere down that way? That's where I think ours was. Yeah.
It would have been
the same
20
guy.
plus years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would have been a while ago. We got... Actually, is this Star Wars news? Did somebody watch... Is Skeleton Crew a Star Wars thing?
Skeleton Crew is a Star Wars thing, and at about halfway through the trailer, I was like, man, I might be in.
Oh, interesting.
It starts off, there's some dead stormtroopers, a ship's flying around, Jude Law's there saying, I've got to get these kids to somewhere else in the galaxy, and then it cuts to a bunch of literal kids, and I realise, oh, this is a kids show with kids, for kids.
Oh.
Possibly by kids. I don't know. But I suddenly realised I'm not the target. It was just a very good trailer.
Look, we will get more Andor. Just remember that.
We'll get no more Andor, mate.
That's not certain because it got called off for the strike and they might not finish it.
But
a lot of things aren't coming back.
I know, so do I, but we might.
And the strike has had things bundle up. Like we've got some General Ortega news, for example, in a little bit. But she's found herself, in the time that the strike went on, she could have filmed 3 things. But now that it's over, they all want to start, and she can only do one of them. So stuff has to just get kicked off the list.
Yeah. Yep. And that's big bad news for a production. As when you talk about it now, she's bailed on Scream 7 because she had to decide. I think between that and Wednesday season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think she made the right
Wednesday's
choice.
her thing.
Yeah, and her contract was up after the last Scream because she's done a few of them now, and so she's just not going to do it. And then not only that, her and somebody else. I haven't seen them recently. Oh, and because what's her name? Neve Campbell is not doing them anymore either. So they basically just said, well, we'll just scrap what we had and we'll reset creatively reset.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, well, just don't
whatever that means.
Just write those characters out. I mean, they were flogging a fucking dead horse. Don't get me wrong. Scream 1, great. Scream 2, also great.
Yeah.
All other Screams, not that good.
I like the first, the trilogy.
Yeah.
I liked.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen
Carrie Fisher in it.
Well, ironically, I like Scream 3 about as much as I like Return of the Jedi. I do still count it as part of the trilogy, but it's definitely my least favourite.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't actually really remember Jenna Ortega in Scream. I've certainly seen her in it, but
I haven't seen any of the Screams that she's in.
I don't think I've seen any of the ones that she's in, to be honest. I don't. Jenna tells me I have, not Jenna Ortega.
Just to be completely clear.
Different Jenna, my wife Jenna.
You have, Matt. You've seen me. I don't think so, Jenna.
I don't know who you are. Stop calling me.
Yeah. They're going to have to get Mia Goth. I kind of see her as your poor man's Jenna Ortega.
Well, she's great.
Or you're thinking man's Jenna Ortega, maybe. I don't know. No, I love her. I love her too, but she's just she's like if you put Jenna Ortega in the microwave slightly too long and she just melted a bit. No, she's beautiful, but it's in a weird way.
No, I know. She has this weird look, but I feel like she encourages the weird look a bit. She's going for that.
Matt, have you seen Cronenberg's son's movie where she plays just fucking psycho bitch on holidays that taunts
she's
Alexander
one of the
Skarsgård?
isn't it? Right? Yeah,
it's so good, man. It is so good. All of his movies are good, but like that one where you can buy celebrity diseases. Did you watch that?
No.
What?
It's called Infection or Infected or something like this. But basically, people. You know how people like are autograph chasers and stuff? Mm-hmm. People try to catch colds from celebrities when they've got them and say, I've got fucking Johnny Depp's cold right now and stuff like this. Or I've got a cold sore that was on Brad Pitt.
Stick.
Yeah. He's taken after his dad.
He's he said, "Dad, hold my fucking drink."
Yeah. I watched it might have been in that Mark Gatiss
Brandon
documentary
Cronenberg,
about horror genre, like periods, and then the 90s one had a lot of stuff about, it was a section about Cronenberg, and then what was the first Cronenberg movie with the parasites? What was that called? But it's like revolting. Like, and
just disgusting body horror.
Yeah. And it just, people, like the studios were like, well, I don't know what to do with this. Like, what is this? Why have you made this? Why?
Does anyone know when the new Toxic Avenger movie's coming out?
It must be soon, right? Because
that's got
there's a
Peter
trailer.
Dinklage in it.
Yeah.
As the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Like that sort of gore stuff just remind me of that, because that's going to be soon.
Does Lloyd Kaufman? I mean, obviously he got a paycheck, but does he have something? He's obviously not directing it.
I
right?
assume he must be in it. No, there's no way he directed this. No chance.
No, this is not a trauma movie.
No, there's no way Peter Dinklage was like, sure.
Tell me what to do. Yeah,
like not dissing Lloyd Kaufman. He's good at what he does, but what he does is not, top tier. Hollywood movies.
Because the last few years I've been a judge at Slam Dance and a pre-selection judge. And last year, his film, Shakespeare's Shitstorm.
Oh, yes.
Okay, was in it, but it was not in competition. So I didn't get to judge it, so I didn't get to watch it.
Oh.
I've seen, all the making of things they're posting for that looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Listeners, if you don't know what that is, it's Troma's version of The Tempest.
Yeah.
They had a woman on there who would like throw up on command, and really disgusting.
Yeah.
I just remember renting Romeo and Juliet years ago, and now just looking back going, that was James Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote that, yeah. And it's got Sean Gunn as...
of course it does.
Oh, fucking what's his name? Mercutio? Anyway, unless he literally bust his head open, his brain's falling out, and so he has to tape his head up. Similar, it reminds me of Brain Dead, or Bad Taste. Bad Taste. Yeah. Sorry, Peter Jackson's first film.
Yeah,
where Peter Jackson's
character.
Yeah, and he wears a headband.
One of Peter Jackson's character. That movie is so amazing because there's a scene, if you've seen it, where one character is hanging off another cliff and another character is holding him up so he doesn't fall. Oh, yeah. They're both Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson filmed half of it, then waited a year, put on heaps of weight and grew a beard, and then played the other character. It's fucking incredible.
Also, there's a bit where a man drops from above with a chainsaw and chainsaws his way down through an alien and comes out the bottom.
Yeah.
Great movie.
So good.
Speaking of great movies, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
People
have been talking about it because, as we said, it's been Halloween, even though it's
a Halloween movie, Matt. No, it's a Halloween movie. Full stop. Move on.
It's already Christmas season, I guess.
No, you see them get home from Halloween in the first scene. They come home from Halloween.
It's true. It's true. Anyway, Henry Selick, who directed it, Tim Burton did not direct this. Listeners,
no, he didn't.
No, a lot of people think he did. He did not.
He designed the fuck out of it.
He did, but he didn't write it either. Technically, he just came up with it. And did a lot of work.
And said, "I've got this notebook full of drawings that I've been doing since I was a kid of these creepy Christmas characters."
And then Danny Elfman writes some songs.
Yeah, Elfman was like, "Sorry, I've just got to take my hands off of this girl who's not consenting and put them onto the piano for a bit." Allegedly put them on a piano, I guess. Yeah.
So Henry Selick went on to do I don't know what. No, not dissing him, but he didn't.
James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, okay, all right. So he has done some stuff. Well, lately people have been asking him about Nightmare Before Christmas, because Nightmare Before Christmas became huge. Way late. Like, I remember liking it as a kid because it was weird and we liked Tim Burton. But not everybody liked it back then. Now everybody loves it.
Yeah, and you couldn't get your fucking Jack Skellington T-shirts and stuff back then.
That's right.
In Dangerfield. That was way later.
Well, now it's almost embarrassing to like it, because it's like, you know what I mean? In a weird way. It's
when people tell me they like it, I'm like, have you seen Corpse Bride? It's better.
Yeah.
So
So people have been asking him about Night Before Christmas, and he's recently said that he has an idea for a follow-up that would be about how Jack became the king of Halloween.
Easter? It's a prequel.
Like a prequel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I was talking to Jenna, not Jenna Ortega. About,
I was talking to Jenna Ortega, yeah. I was talking to Mia Goth about this.
And we're saying, like, I don't think we need that, right? I feel like with something like The Night Before Christmas, there are gaps and things you just go, okay, don't try and explain them. You're going to make it's going to not be like, we were saying, like, it's like if they tried to make a movie about why the doors are in the trees. Like, don't do that. Like,
be a little darker
doing
though.
that, you're going to collapse the whole thing in on itself because it needs to be a bit mysterious.
Yeah, it'll be too literal. If you see that there is no Halloween, or Halloween used to be really nice, and then this fuckwit got his hands on it. Yeah. Like, and how does it end? Like, what's the climax to it? And now he's he's the king of Halloween.
And like they go into the real world, but they're not aware of other holidays and stuff. Like you're raising too many questions. So it depends on what it was going to be. But anyway, Tim Burton got asked about it just the other day, and he owns the rights to The Night Before Christmas because he did come up with the idea.
Yeah.
And he said,
but he has to produce it at Disney because he drew him while he was at Disney.
Oh, that's fair. But he said no fucking chance.
Yeah,
people ask him about it all the time, and he said
for 30 years.
He said, I've done sequels and prequels and spin-offs, and I have this thing that we agree is great and we love it. No, I'm not.
There's no need for it.
Yeah, will not be touched.
I mean, it's a very self-contained story, isn't it?
After rapping on Beetlejuice 2. So it's a little ironic.
Yeah. But that's one of those strange nostalgia things where everyone's doing a sequel or a reboot of 80s things now. Whereas I think Nightmare Before Christmas is timeless. It doesn't feel like a movie from 1990 per se.
You're right, yeah. It's just...
So there'd be no nostalgia to it. It would you wouldn't need to change it, except they do it with... they probably do it with CGI now instead of actual stop motion.
I don't think they would.
I think it'd be one of those things where they'd make a point of not doing that.
But even so, it'd still be digital somehow. Like, it would be shot digitally.
Yeah,
like when you watch it now, because I had it on recently, actually. I put it on to see if Harper was into it. She sat and watched the opening song, and she seemed to like it because she's fucking Halloween obsessed. But it is very dark. But one thing that I'd kind of forgotten is that it is...
she got right into it.
But it's very filmy. Like, you can tell it's shot on celluloid, which makes it look different to things now.
Yeah.
You'd shoot it on digital cameras at least.
Yeah, it would be less imperfect. And I think unless you faked the imperfections. It's a weird one.
But we don't have to worry about it because it's not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not
Tim
happening.
Burton says it's not happening, which means it's probably coming out next year, directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I hope that's the case because there's something else that's not happening that I actually would really like to see, and that's Christopher Nolan's James Bond movie that just keeps getting teased.
Yes. He said, no, I'm not doing that.
He couldn't do it.
I mean, he could.
He could.
He couldn't.
Mate, if he put up his hand for it, they'd fucking throw it at him.
He doesn't know how to end the movie.
Doesn't matter. They could just make more of them. Perfect.
You know what I love? The original plan, because James Bond bangs a different woman in each movie.
Right? Sometimes more.
Didn't he bangs two?
Yeah, there's always a halfway woman and one to the end.
Yeah.
Although now it's like in the Craig era, he was banging one until she died, not because of him banging her. Just to be completely clear. And she already had a boyfriend, as it turns out, too. But and then he fell in love with someone else. But if you watch the second of the Connery James Bond movies, the opening scene is him still banging the one from the previous movie, and that was the original plan. Was that there'd always be a carryover, like that he'd just be collecting these chicks, and then they're like, let's just not do that anymore.
Well, in the Lazenby one, he gets married and then they kill her. So
Yeah. And just to really fuck around with anyone who says they're different people and it's codename James Bond and it's a designation, not a person, in one of the Roger Moore ones, he goes to her grave.
Oh. That's cool.
I can't remember which one off the top of my head. Someone's yelling at their iPod right now. Fucking iPod. Old man.
Someone's digging through their closet to look for their iPod so they can yell at it.
Just like fucking yell at it. Yeah.
No, I'd love to see Nolan do a Bond film, but I wouldn't. I don't. Yeah.
Well, he has also said, and this was years ago even because people have been asking him to do it for years, but he said, I will only do one if they let me do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
And the Broccoli's are not, they're not like
I'm
that.
sure.
They're like Kathleen Kennedy. They want final say on every decision you make.
They want an ending to the movie that people understand, don't have to think about.
Imagine
it's not much to ask for.
If he came up with some, because he's a big kind of concept guy, right? With the movies, like you've got Interstellar, time travel-y sort of. Tenet also time. Actually, you know what? It's time he mostly plays with. I guess. And
everything's
same.
Or even Memento, it's non-linear. You've got the two timelines going back and forth. Yeah.
So what would he do with Bond? I'm sure he'd think of something. Like I can't see him doing just a straight Bond film.
No,
maybe. Because the other thing too is he's not. He does a lot of action, but he doesn't do like straight, action movie stuff particularly.
True, but the action sequences in his movies are pretty fucking impressive. Like the siege at the end of fucking Interception.
Tenet. Yeah.
Tenet as well. Inception.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not like, not Michael Bay style, or even even like Bond style action sequences.
Yeah,
not
where there's just like a fight
that.
Each
it's a little long shots of practical things being destroyed, kind of. Yeah, like the truck flip in The Dark Knight. I always think
or the train in Inception as well.
Oh yeah. In the street,
like just causing fucking havoc in the street.
No, like the studio was like, oh, so you just CGI a train? He was like, no, we're going to run a train down the road.
Yeah, CGI atomic bomb? No.
I'm still saying
you to our physicist.
Yeah,
I'm still saying that's
CGI
bomb
wide
could have been
rim
better.
hat?
No, the bomb would have been better if it was CGI. I'm still saying that it wasn't that impressive.
Next Wednesday, I'm getting a package. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to follow up.
I've called dibs on that hat.
If it's a hat,
it's mine.
I'm keeping it. We'll see what it is. I don't know. Listeners, some Universal's sending me something. I don't know what it is.
Have you guys
I've convinced myself it's Oppenheimer related.
Maybe. Actually, before we move on from Christopher Nolan, look, it's that part halfway through every show when my dog walks in.
He's not been crippled by you this time.
I watched half of the Christopher Nolan movie last night because I always watch movies in halves now. I don't have time for 2 hours a night. I have 1 hour a night of television or film time. So I watched. I
watched them backwards because I figured that's how he'd want me to watch them.
That's right. And then you understand them because he's made them backwards.
That's right.
I think that's Jonathan. I think that's his brother that is the backwardsy one.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I watched Insomnia last night.
Oh, I've got to watch that. I have
it's
it.
Good.
Like I bought it.
I like it.
Apple, whatever.
Yeah, right. It's good. I'm liking it. There was a time where I would have said Al Pacino, great actor. Now I don't think he's a great actor. I think he's a great Al Pacino, and if Al Pacino fits in your movie,
you get him.
You put him in there, and he'll be good.
Put him in, but it's funny to watch Nolan's early films because if you didn't know this was Christopher Nolan and this came out now, you'd say, "Oh, this person probably likes Christopher Nolan," and has kind of been influenced by him. But it's very, very subtle. It's like Christopher Nolan light.
Sure. It's got an ending.
Well, I don't know yet. I've only watched half of it. But night before and the night before that, I watched something that was very good. And that was David Fincher's The Killer.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I enjoyed that very much.
I watched that over 2 nights too, actually.
Did you? Yeah.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, it's a solid 2-hour movie, yeah. I loved it.
Is that the one that just came out?
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
That fight scene, no spoilers, but the fight scene where...
Yeah. It's actually one of the only fight scenes in it, actually. Now you mention it.
I think it probably is, actually, yeah. fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah,
like I
intense.
was going, I can't remember the last time I watched a fight this good. And if I didn't know Fassbender had to be in the rest of the movie, I would be going, I don't know who's going to win this fight.
Yeah.
Like these two guys are beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, what? Neither of them
But then
are walking away
also,
from this.
when that dude's dog realizes that his master has been killed and decides, I'm going to fuck you up, Fassbender, and Fassbender runs and then slams the door and the dog just fucking smashes through the door.
Yeah, man, so good.
I was like, fucking hell. So good.
Yeah.
I was hyper aware of the music in it because of what you had said last week. And even then, very, very subtle.
Yeah.
Very subtle. To the point where I was like, I could put this on while I studied. You know what I mean? Like it's not even that.
Yeah, it's very ambient. Just drones.
Hardly even music.
Yeah,
and I don't
exactly.
mean that in a bad way. I just
no,
mean
it's not melodic. It's just kind of drones.
Yeah. But if there's one takeaway I got from this movie, and I know it's not cool to idolize like a mass murderer, but his like fastidious like routines were enviable to me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like just
him
he has one
camping
cup
out in that
that he
fucking
drinks
room.
out no matter where he is. Yeah, like he wakes up, fucking does his fucking crunches, his yoga. Like he's got one
Sweeps
outfit
up
that he
after
wears.
himself so he doesn't leave any DNA. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm looking at reviews, and from what I can see, people either love it or hate this movie.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, right. Look, I think it was Fincher. Fincher's not making this to be remembered for. You know what I mean? Like, there's no big fucking message in it.
Because it's
or
very
anything.
like, it's not particularly original in like the what it is. It's, a killer, hired killer.
It's just done very well.
Doesn't do the job properly, and then they come after him, and then it's like, okay, there are movies like that around. It's just good one. Like
It's exactly. Those. It's like he just went, I'm going to make one of those, and I'm going to make it excellent because I'm David Fincher.
Well, it's the same thing. I was reading an article this week about there's still room for like there's room for mid-tier movies and there's room for mid-tier games. Like the RoboCop game just came out recently, and it's not a AAA title, but it's still a good, solid game. It's that mid-tier price, and
right.
there's still a market for
you're
that.
Absolutely right, because this would have been a $50 million movie instead of a $200 million movie.
Sure, there's not that many locations in it. Like.
Yeah.
And
like they told me he was going to different countries, but they might not have been. You know what I mean? For all we know.
Yeah, I doubt it was filmed on location.
Well, actually, most of it was filmed green screen, from what I can tell, because it was all filmed straight after the COVID.
Yeah, right.
But you don't need. Not everything needs to be a AAA title. There's still good movies out there that are
not AAA. Not everything has to be the Marvel universe. I think that's what Hollywood needs to learn.
I didn't get around to seeing the Marvels.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not going to hold it against you.
I didn't. But from what I've seen is people are still. It does seem to people upset that it's like women in a movie still, and I still don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I could chuck out half a dozen great movies with action hero chicks in them.
Yeah.
Terminator 2, for example. Aliens 2, for example. Like, they fucking exist. People aren't hating on movies because they've got women in them. They're hating on movies when they're not very good. Like,
no.
I think the problem is it's both, and it makes it annoys me because I've seen, the studios kind of remember the Ghostbusters thing where they lean into it and they go, oh, no, this is a good movie. They're probably just sexist. And it's like, no. They're sexist, but it's still not a good movie.
Yeah.
Both can be true.
I'm trying to remember if this happened with Charlie's Angels, and I don't think it did because those two movies
the internet was as big a deal back
popular.
then.
Yeah, right. So it wasn't. It was. You could be a sexist, but you had to be a sexist just at home.
But remember, this wasn't. Charlie's Angels was already a hit television show, and when they made it, it wasn't like they were.
Yeah, it's not like they swapped the genders. Oh, guys, I can't believe we haven't talked about this. Has anyone seen the fucking South Park Kathleen Kennedy episode?
No.
Have you heard about this?
No.
South Park have done an episode produced by Kathleen Kennedy, and all of the boys are played by mixed race women.
Fuck off.
I haven't seen it yet. I've just seen that it exists.
But I remember, remember even when Battlestar Galactica came out, there was a bit of uproar that Starbuck was a woman.
Yeah. until
And then
sexy woman.
she was good.
Until she was
people watched it and they went, "Oh, this is good."
See, that's what I think. That's the problem.
But I think you've nailed it. I think it has to be both. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make it so good that even the haters go, "Oh,
yes,
okay."
like yes, there are a bunch of sexist idiots, but also the movie's not very good. Which you know, although again, I haven't seen Marvels. Maybe it's good. I've heard people say that it was good.
I won't watch any film with a woman in it.
It's not a serious. It's not
I'm
a
that
serious,
gay. I'm that gay. I don't even want to see women.
But I think it's just
I
everyone's
looked
a bit
away when there were women on the screen in The
Marvel.
Killer. Oh, disgusting.
Thankfully, there weren't many, and the one they did have was disfigured, so that was fine.
Yeah.
And then the one at the end was very androgynous.
Tilda Swinton doesn't count. Yeah.
No, it doesn't
And what
count.
is she?
Although I love,
I forgot she was in it until
too.
she showed up, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot she was in this. I
Same.
love her."
She is so good. Have you seen that movie where she keeps hearing the fucking hum of the universe and she can't fucking stop hearing? It's a horror movie, which she just keeps hearing this sound.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. I keep meaning. It's on my list, but I keep meaning to watch it. But she's great in
Constantine.
She is great in Constantine, and she's great in fucking Doctor Strange. But the one I'm thinking of is where the Wes Anderson movie where she's the art curator that narrates the segment with Benicio in it from The French Dispatch.
Jesus. Oh wait, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, you should. It's
Yeah, I
good.
should.
It's good. It's like an anthology, and there's 3 stories, and they're not all as strong as one another. That like all anthology movies, the first and last are the strongest, and then there's a weak one in the middle.
Isn't she also in Darjeeling? Not Darjeeling. In what's the one we went and saw at? The Grand Budapest. I think she's also in that, right?
Yes,
Maybe.
she is. Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
She's not in, I don't think, unless I've forgotten, but she's not in Asteroid City, which I also watched.
I need to watch that.
You do. It's either his best film or his worst film, and I can't tell.
We'll leave that to Luke.
Because
He probably hasn't seen any of the others.
He's gone so up his own ass, right?
Sure.
In terms of, it is the most Wes Anderson movie ever made by Wes Anderson or anyone else. But it's kind of also very self-aware. So it's either he doesn't know where to stop and he's finally gone too far, or he knows exactly what he's doing and he's saying, yeah, I get you, and also this, and it's meta.
Interesting.
I won't like it.
I'm going to have to watch it a second time. No, you might
say it's
like
one of his
it.
worst.
No, you might like
Well,
it.
you said a lot of words there that didn't sound like something I would
You might
enjoy.
like Isle of Dogs. It's animated.
I've never seen that for a second time, actually.
You're saying I'm just entertained by cartoons? Is that what you're saying?
Luke's more of a cat person anyway. Maybe I love cats.
I love cats.
Not after I just got bitten by that one.
Yeah.
Look, we've only got a couple of minutes left, and I think we should spend those couple of minutes talking about the after party.
Yes.
And how we want to give everyone, just for the next little while, an opportunity to participate in the after party.
Yes.
And we want
the world's
to broaden.
changed, and also I've changed countries, and there are various, things that come with that, with like money being worth different values in other countries, like kind of stuff. And we've been saying for a long time that the after party is $10 because it is. But if you're in another country, it's not $10. In some cases now, significantly more than that. And we were thinking, well, that's not on. So what we're going to do is, at least for a while, see if people like it, and let us know what you think. As always, let us know what you think.
Yeah. If you want to pay more, let us know, and we'll charge you more.
Well, we're going to drop the price down. What do you reckon, Luke? What should we charge for the after party these days?
I don't know.
Don't ask Luke. He'll say hugs.
Yeah. You give me a hug, I'll give you the after party.
Ask Luke's wife what they need to break even with their finances.
Dan,
because
what do you think we should charge for the after party?
Look, we used to say 10, right? It was 10.
10 US dollar.
Let's say 5. Let's say 5 US, which is like 7 Australian.
Right. Okay. So here we go. For $5 US, yeah. Whatever that is, 7-ish, 8-ish, whatever, Aussie. That'll be the after party. And then for the old, $1 John, you get the other stuff that we used to talk about. You get the show early and all that kind of stuff. We'll continue that, but that'll be for all patrons now. Everybody will get that. And then if you want the after party, it'll be $5.
Yep.
And if you're already supporting us for the current price and you want to adjust it, that's fine. If you want to leave it where it is, that's fine too. That's fine with me. But totally.
And if you leave it where it currently is, you get 2 hugs.
Yes, good point.
Both from Luke, though. You don't get hugged like front and back. We don't
and
do that.
Also, let us know what if you are a patron, let us know what you would like us to do on the Patreon, stuff like that. And if you're not a patron, definitely also let us know, because what would make you decide to do that? What would convince you that you should chip in and support us? What do you want? I guess.
Yeah. What do you want from us?
What do you want from us?
Please tell us. We'll give it to you.
No, we might not.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah,
but
they might say, bring back all the segments you used to do in the fun games, and we'll say that took way too much time to do.
We could do that. I just don't know that people wanted it. Maybe they did. Let us know.
Yeah, bring back that old co-host. We can't. Okay,
I got asked about that.
He is dead.
Been asked about that. He's not dead. He's not dead.
He's dead to us. No, he's not dead to us.
He's not dead. He just moved and he
very much.
Doesn't want to do it anymore. So
yeah, he's got other things going on.
Yeah. So
it took him a while to realise that, though.
What's that?
Where do they go to the Patreon stuff?
They go to patreon.com.
Go to Dave's house.
Multiple Nerdgasm. Or if you just want to go to multiplenerdgasm.com, you'll see the links there and you can get to the Patreon that way. $5 a month gets you the after party, where we will continue talking for usually these days 30, 40 fucking minutes for some reason. We just
don't promise talking. That though. It's supposed to be 10, 20 minutes. So let's just let's not go crazy.
At least 10, 20 minutes. 10. Probably longer than that though, because we can't control ourselves.
There's some good stuff to talk about in the after party this week.
We got some Geeks of the Week for Luke to vote on. If you don't know what that is, patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm.
Yeah, we've got some pedophile news, so that'll be good.
Yeah, we do.
And we've got some political assassination news. That'll be good.
And some child abuse news.
Ooh.
Cartoon.
These are not
child abuse.
good things that interesting things.
You don't think people are going to want to pay to hear about all this stuff?
$5 to hear about those 3 things. All right, I'm in.
For $5, you get to hear Luke convince us not to talk about any of that stuff for the next 30 minutes. Patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.